Okay, this is the cheapest build you can probably do to do Spider for level 20. And what you've got is Paragon in the lead. I've got Ninja, but Ninja's really not much use. Coldheart, it's kind of mandatory. You want Thayan. If you don't have Thayan, use Simply. I've got Scylla the Drake's in here. She's mostly for the revive part, in case Coldheart were to go down. And to look at the stats and stuff, of course, Cold Hearts, I've had her for a long time and I've got her kind of maxed out and stuff. But now, Cold Heart, I've got her in a reflex set. What reflex set does, it gives you a 40% chance of doing a random skill cooldown. And it does it on every hit. So when you're hitting 4 shots with her first shot, they give you 4 shots. It's 40% apiece to do a cooldown. So if she got really lucky, she could have the cooldown right after she does this shot one time, and Heartseeker would come up again. Of course, it's not probably not going to happen because it's only a 40% chance each time. But still, you're not going to use the A2. All you're going to do is use the A1 and the Heartstopper. Now, as you can see, her accuracy is up to 218. You really kind of want your accuracy up over 200 is what you want. Now, you got the crit damage is up to 230%. That's what the A3 is based off from. The crit rate is not 100%. All you need is at 70, because if you look at the scale on the Heartseeker, all you need is 70% because she gets another 30% chance of it inflicting a critical from that skill. So if you get it to 70 plus the 30, you got a 100% chance of hitting. And it's on a 4 turn cooldown, of course. And she's going to be your main damage dealer on this thing. Paragon, on the other hand, he's not going to deal any damage at all. He's just there to take all the damage for you. I've got a helmet on, but the only reason I got a helmet on him is because it's got 12 speed on it. It adds to it. And plus, his hit points are, what, 7,900? He's got very low hit points compared to the rest of the stuff because I got so much gear on him. If you look, his speed is 175. You want to get up above 170. I mean, you can go to 200. It doesn't matter. You just want his speed high. You don't want any hit points on him. You don't care about the attack. You don't care about the defense or anything else. What you do have to have is that book, the A2. You want it on a 2 turn cooldown, and he will always be unkillable. Now, you have to manual this, is the only thing about it. It's going to give you the warning because you don't have an aura set up. Okay, so you take it off the auto and see whoever's the fastest goes first, and Ninja is the fastest. Now, all Ninja will do is those 2 burns that he just did, it does major damage to the spider. If you've got somebody that can burn everything, it goes really quick. Alright, then you want to take Valiant and you want to weaken, and you want to drop that defense. Those are the biggest multipliers for your damage in the game, those two. Now you can use Simply because he has the same thing on his attack. I use Drake. Now Drake will stun some. I got 3 stuns out of this. Okay, I got to apply the unkillable to him. Now I've got it set up where she will lower the turn meter down on the A1 hit. It only works the first time and it didn't go. There's a 3% chance it will not go. So it's going to sit down and it's going to reset right off the bat. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to hit this, which will lessen the attack from it. See, it went right off the bat. I could have dropped it. It usually will hit, but you've got a 3% chance that any attack you use does not work. No matter, even if you got the accuracy up. So, right now, I'm going to go ahead and use it, even though I'm not really lowering the down much. But you see how much damage she did. She took away about a third of the spider's HP. And Fayon does really well. I mean, she does a lot of damage. And you can actually put her up really high where you do all attack, but she won't survive. She's very squishy. Now you see, the unkillables run out. If I had autoed this, the unkillable would have went on somebody else. That's what he does. If it would go down where it would just be, see, now I'm down to a 2-turn cooldown instead of a 4. And it decreased the turn meter on it. So we're just going to go through here and hit everybody. See how much poison he's taken. He's got no hit points at all. Now, all this is still up because he hasn't had a turn yet. So there's no use going back and reapplying those. And she does, on her A1, she does lower the turn meter down by 4% for each hit. Now, if it wasn't for Fayon applying those 60% reductions, Coldheart would have already been dead. I've still got that up. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to reapply the weakening. Or the decrease attack. I got to reapply his unkillable. Now see, he's almost ready to go again. But Coldheart didn't lower the defense. Like I said, there's a 3% chance it doesn't go, and I got unlucky on both of these. If it weren't for that, I could have already killed it this round. He's going to see, he almost died. That was very close. Now I'm going to reapply the defense drop because I'm not going to get much anyway from the decreased turn meter. Apply his unkillable again. See, I'm back down to 1 turn. I mean, I'm almost where I can shoot the Heartseeker again, and that's all from reflex. So the next time Coldheart comes up, she's going to drop the spider. Now, that's it, and the spider's dead. It was a long run, but one of the turn meters didn't work with Coldheart. But it doesn't matter if your accuracy is at 500, you still have a 3% chance that it will resist some of those attacks and stuff. But that's it. That's the easiest way to do it. I mean, if you don't have a really good burner and you don't have the team set up and you're just starting out and you happen to snag Paragon, You can put Paragon in the lead, and if you don't have Coldheart, but you've got a lure and a couple of good armigers to keep the turn meter down, you can do the same thing because the armigers do good damage. If you build, but it's tough to me to want to build a uncommon all the way out to 60, but a lot of people do. And I build them up to 50. They do pretty well even at 50, but you can sit down and take them in, and they'll hit and they'll knock the turn meter down too, just like Coldheart does. They knock 30% off. They're hard to gear though. I mean, because they got to have a 100% crit rate, and you're gonna need to get their accuracy up. I mean, you got really tough gear for armature. But they'll not, but if you got two of them in there, they're knocking down that turn meter 30% every time. And they'll keep the turn meter down, and especially with an allure or, high Cretin, you can take her in, and she helps with the turn meter. And there's a way of doing it with that. But I mean, but if you have a Coldheart and you have a Paragon and you have the new guy simple, or you take Fayin in, it's really easy because that weaken and that defense really increases Coldheart's damage. Because without Fayin in there, instead of that 1.5 million I got, I'd be getting like 800,000, and so it's going to take you twice as long. In the meantime, you're not going to have that decreased attack. Coldheart's going to be taking more damage, so you're going to need to take, instead of reflex gear, you're going to need something like lifesteal gear on, so that's going to increase it. So, it's like with Fayin and Coldheart and Paragon, you can easily get through Spider 20 really easy.